If you are a man going through pain, through exhaustion, through heartbreak, through the kind of pressure that makes you question your worth, then I want you to sit with this message fully and let your heart listen. Because if you are losing sleep, if responsibilities are suffocating your chest, if you feel tired, abandoned, or forgotten by the world, this message will change how you see your life. It will not magically solve every problem, but it will reveal to you something most men miss. Signs that Allah is about to change your life do not always arrive wrapped in comfort or celebration. They come disguised as discomfort, as loss, as shattered plans, as days when you feel you cannot endure a single moment more. That is how transformation is born. So before you continue, write in the comments, "I love Allah," so that every soul reading it knows they are not alone in loving the one who never abandons them. There will be moments when you look at yourself in the mirror and you do not like the man you have become. You look at your bank account and it laughs at you. You try to be strong and yet everything around you collapses. You pray and still feel no movement. It is in these moments that the mind whispers failure, but the soul whispers growth. When Allah wants to change your life, He often removes the very things you thought you needed, the people you depended on, the stability you believed was yours. Pain is a sign that the soul has outgrown its current state. A seed cannot become a tree until its shell breaks. You cannot become the man you are meant to be until your comfort zone is shattered. Some men suffer in heartbreak. They love deeply, they give everything, they sacrifice, they surrender, and yet they are left standing alone. They feel unworthy, too much, too little, too soft, too intense. They question their masculinity because someone walked away or because someone never appreciated their presence. But listen carefully. When Allah is about to change your life, He will remove the person who blinds your heart from seeing Him. You will cling to them and think this is love. But it might be addiction, attachment, fear of loneliness. Love that is from Allah brings clarity, respect, growth, and mercy. Love that is from desperation brings jealousy, humiliation, anxiety, and weakness. Sometimes heartbreak is not punishment, it is purification. And some men suffer financially. They work harder than anyone around them, they take risks, they sleep late and wake early, they bleed to provide, but the results mock them. They watch others build empires while they barely survive. Society measures a man by how much he has, not who he is. Men carry pain silently because they have been told that tears equal weakness. They smile outside and crumble inside. They fear being judged by their wives, their families, their friends. They fear failing their children. They fear failing themselves. But when Allah is about to change your life, financial hardship becomes a tool to break your ego and build your reliance on the Lord of all. It is through struggle that you discover sincerity. The universe will not trust money to a man whose heart will worship it. Allah will test you until you learn to trust Him. Only then will He gift you what cannot destroy you. Let me tell you something that will shift your perspective. When you feel abandoned, you are not abandoned. You are being redirected. Allah does not close doors without offering a path to something greater. Some of you have been fired, betrayed again, humiliated, misunderstood. You think the world is against you, but you are being crafted into a man who does not need validation, who does not break when someone leaves, who does not lose faith when a deal fails. You are being stretched in ways that feel cruel, but every pull is preparing you for a moment of elevation. If you are experiencing rejection after rejection, it is often a sign that the doors you are knocking on are not yours. When Allah wants to elevate you, He will isolate you. Think about a lion. A lion does not remain in crowds when it hunts. It separates itself from the pack, finds silence, focuses, and strikes. Some of you are surrounded by noise, by expectations, by opinions of people who do not know your destiny. And because you are surrounded, you cannot hear the voice of your Lord. So life is stripped from you. Friendships fade. People disappear. Opportunities dry up. Because when you finally stand alone, your heart will finally look up. Loneliness is not always a curse. Many times it is the beginning of a spiritual rebirth. There are signs that Allah is about to change your life, and you must understand them before they break you. The first sign is that your comfort becomes uncomfortable. The routines you once enjoyed no longer satisfy you. The job you loved now feels like poison. The relationships you tolerated now suffocate you. Your soul rejects what your mind still tries to justify. It is not because you are weak, it is because you are being awakened. When a man feels a fire in his chest every time he prays and cries asking for something more, that fire is not depression, it is destiny. The second sign is that what you relied on begins to collapse. The friends you used to trust expose their true colors. The business that was your anchor suddenly becomes unstable. A woman who once praised you now disrespects your heart. A plan you were certain about falls apart. You panic. You think your life is falling to pieces. But your life is not falling apart. Your life is being rearranged. A builder must first demolish the old structure before creating a stronger one. Your tears are not signs of weakness. They are the water washing away the dust of your past. The third sign is loss. Loss is not always a tragedy. Sometimes loss is mercy. People leave, money disappears, opportunities vanish, you wonder why. But sometimes the greatest protection comes disguised as absence. If certain people had stayed in your life, they would have destroyed you slowly. If certain successes arrived earlier, your ego would have corrupted you. If certain relationships remained, your faith would have died. The Lord of all removes before He gives, because you cannot fill a cup that is already full of things that poison the soul. One of the most painful signs is silence. Silence from the Lord of all. You make supplication, you pray, you cry in the night, you feel no answer. The silence hurts more than any heartbreak. It makes you think your prayers are ignored, but the reality is different. Silence is not rejection. Silence is preparation. When Allah is silent, He is building what you cannot see. A plant does not grow above the soil until its roots are deep enough below it. You do not see the growth because it is hidden in the foundation. But when the time comes, it shoots upward overnight. And everyone thinks it happened suddenly. They do not see the months of silent growth underground. Your life works the same way. Men often misunderstand hardship. They think hardship means punishment. Sometimes hardship is simply training. The one who has a greater destiny must endure greater pressure. A soldier is not shaped by comfort, he is shaped by battle. A leader is not formed by ease, he is formed by struggle. When you are chosen for elevation, your path will not look like the path of ordinary men. So if you feel that life has been unfair to you, it might be because your future is not ordinary. Another sign that Allah is about to change your life is when your heart begins to crave meaning more than pleasure. You may stop enjoying the same habits you used to indulge in. The entertainment that once distracted you now feels empty. The conversations you used to enjoy now feel shallow. You begin to seek purpose. You want depth. You think something is wrong with you, but something is right. Your soul is preparing you for a life that aligns with who you truly are. When a man surpasses the level of seeking validation to seeking inner fulfillment, he is transitioning from the world to the divine. Notice how some men suddenly lose interest in chasing women. They no longer care about impressing others. They want peace. They want direction. They want the presence of the Almighty. They want to heal. This shift is not weakness, it is maturity. And maturity is a sign of transformation. The heart of a man becomes softer before it becomes stronger. Some of you are being softened right now so you can handle blessings you could not handle a year ago. You may also experience a strange form of discomfort. You look at your friends and you feel different. You look at your past and you feel distant. You are not depressed. You are evolving. The cocoon stage is always uncomfortable. The butterfly has to suffocate in darkness before its wings form. If you run away during the cocoon phase, you will never fly. Most men break just before the breakthrough. They quit not because they are weak, but because they do not understand how transformation works. They forget that pain is temporary, but the growth is permanent. When Allah is about to change your life, He will send you tests that reveal your character. Argument with family, conflict with co-workers, disagreement with your spouse, misunderstanding with friends. These are not random, they are mirrors. They show you where your ego needs healing, where your patience needs expansion, where your forgiveness needs to grow. You cannot become a better man without seeing the flaws in yourself. The Lord of all does not humiliate you, He educates you. Sometimes you receive a sign in the form of a gentle nudge. A stranger gives you advice. A parent says something that suddenly hits you. A passing moment during prayer gives you clarity. A failure forces you to think differently. These nudges are whispers of mercy. The Lord of all speaks to you through events, through people, through internal realizations, through closed doors and through new ones. And finally, there is one sign that most men ignore. Your capacity to endure increases. You begin to carry things today that would have broken you 5 years ago. You think you are suffering more now, but in reality you have grown stronger and you are now dealing with battles you were once unprepared for. Men often mistake their own growth for punishment. They do not realize that the Lord of all is expanding their shoulders because a crown is heavier than chains. You may feel tired right now. You may feel lost. You may feel forgotten. But remember this, diamonds are formed under pressure, not comfort. Gold is purified through fire, not water. Warriors are born in hardship, not holiday. You are being prepared. You are being shaped. You are being refined. If you are still breathing, your story is not over. This message reached you for a reason. You did not stumble on it accidentally. This is a reminder that change often begins when you feel least capable of handling it. If you have felt any of the signs mentioned, it is time to reflect. The Lord of all is calling you closer. In your heart, express your love for Him and your trust in His plan. Write, "I love Allah" in the comments. So every brother who reads it feels that someone out there still loves their Creator despite the storms. And if you are going through hardship, Tell us your situation. Tell us how you are trying to survive. Your story might give courage to another brother who thinks he is alone. Your pain is not a punishment. Your struggle is not shame. Your journey is not a failure. Your destiny is unfolding in silence. And this message might be one of the signs that Allah is about to change your life.